Quick question. How many calls, texts, or messages does your business miss every week? Nights, weekends, busy days. That's lost money. Create Assistance helps businesses fix that problem using AI employees that answer calls, respond to texts, book appointments, and follow up with leads 24/7 automatically. No extra staff, no complicated software. Everything runs inside one simple command center that replaces scattered tools, missed follow-ups, and manual busy work. Whether you're a service business, office, or multi-location company, Create Assistance keeps your business responsive, organized, and running even when you're off the clock. Stop letting leads slip through the cracks. Visit createassistance.ai to book a free call, or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
It was the Roman poet Virgil who said, "Easy is the descent to hell. All night long, all day, the doors of dark Hades stand open. But to retrace the path, to come out again to the sweet air of heaven, there is the task, there is the burden. If I cannot move heaven, I will raise hell." We'll talk about that later, but now it's time for Rick Tittle and Titillating Sports on Sports Byline USA. All right, thank you for that, and welcome to a Friday edition of Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Got a few entertainment peeps in the show, but lots of open lines. The breaking headlines here just in the last 15 minutes is that LeBron James has decided where he is going to be finishing his NBA career, and that is the city of brotherly love. Philadelphia 76ers get LeBron James, who has inked a 2-year, $8 million contract. So definitely not in it for the money. It's a lot of money for you and me, but not him. So going to the East. No hookup back with Miami. No hookup back with Cleveland for a third time. No Steph and LeBron. Dream team, if you like. But a chance now for Philadelphia to make some noise in that Eastern Conference. We'll talk about it. Also, we will have writer Timothy L. Michuda Bailey. There's a name for you. He is got a concept album. At 9:40 Pacific time, we'll have writer/actor Michael Gene Sullivan, something called Wreckage that he is a part of with mimes. I'm your mime headquarters, y'all. LeBron and mimes is what I'm about 24/7. Second hour, Bill Frenzer is from the novelty group Ogden Edsl. They had some songs on the old Dr. Demento show in the 70s. And also, Carmine Marino in the third hour from Pro Wagering talk a little ponies with us as well, and I'll get his thoughts about LeBron as he is a Knicks fan, and they are the champs. And already alarm bells ringing in the East as well. 1-800-878-PLAY is the number to call, 1-800-878-7529. I'm on twitch.tv and YouTube as well. You see me in my reading glasses and my Bass Pro Shops hat. I'm so hot. Come on back.
My fellow Americans, let the message ring out that from this day forward, when you buy American, you buy the best. Handcrafted, something premium, something pure. For this is the very essence of what our servicemen and women gave their lives to protect, and by God, we shall not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten. It's time to show the world just how great American can be. And we will not wait for tomorrow to come. We will stand here, this moment, together, and we will start today. Don't ever forget how great it is to be American. America we need right now. America. Premium vodka. Celebrate responsibly.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. That's 800-364-2984.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. That's 800-826-4073.
Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle is a genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful, genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful. Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle he's so handsome, he's a genius.
You're now listening to The Rick Tittle Show. Good for you.
All right, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. All right, we've been waiting for the size 19 shoe to drop, and we finally have it, as LeBrizzle for Shizzle is taking his talents to fizzle. How do you like that? LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. He announced this morning 3 weeks of dilly-dallying, tons of speculation, and ending an 8-year run with the Lakers. It seems more like 5 to me, but yeah, 8 years. And he is 41 years old. He'll be putting on his 4th NBA uniform, and he's going to try to end a drought of championships in Philly that goes back to the Moses Malone days and when I was in high school. It's been a long time since Philly did something like that. So a lot of disappointment out here. Now, there are a lot of LeBron haters. There always have been. There always will be. But I was really looking forward to it because all I have is Steph. That's really all I have. Now, I do like Yaxel Foley. We'll see how he turns out. But the whole Malibu's Most Wanted guy with the SpongeBob hair, and I just, I can't stand that guy. And I thought, well, if we had LeBron, maybe that would be, I could get over it. Cleveland and Miami, you already had LeBron. I don't feel sorry for you guys. The whole thing about Denver, do you really think he would go to that snowy hellhole? There's no way. Remember, I used to work with a guy from Denver, and he said, there are more sunny days per year in Denver than there are in Los Angeles. I go, first of all, I don't believe you. But second of all, those sunny days also go along with minus 12 degrees. So who cares if it's sunny? And the T-Wolves. Why would he go to Minneapolis? Does he like underground malls? We're talking about a winter sport. I don't know. Say what you want. He's in Philly now. And that's not exactly Arizona, is it? It's funny how, I'll tell you this, Greta Thunberg, how dare you? I got to agree with her in this. Like when I first started going to Army-Navy games almost 10 years ago, that first one in Philly, it was 9 years ago. They said, hey, you want to go down to the field for the march on? That's the tradition. And so all the midshipmen and then all the cadets, they march on and they one school, then the other. There's just hundreds and hundreds of them, and then they stay in formation. And I remember I went down to the field. I'm like, I got to see this. And the snow was up to on the sideline. It was halfway up my leg. And I am a California guy. I'm acclimated, even though my ethnic heritage of being Teutonic and Scandinavian, my people come from, we're albinos who come from forests and trees and lakes. But that's all gone now. And I had layer after layer after layer. I had the thing that always I can't deal with is my ears freeze off. So I always have to have those like wrap around the back earmuffs. They just freeze right off. And I was just covered in all sorts of things. And then I had this ridiculous Eddie Bauer jacket. I looked like the Michelin Man. And I stood on the field and I'm like, 20 minutes in, I'm like, I can't take it. I'm an ice cube. And then I saw all these poor, really boys and girls, because a lot of them were teenagers, for the United States Military Academy, United States Naval Academy, standing in formation with their ears exposed. And I'm like, this has got to be the hardest thing they do the whole time they're in. But what I'm saying is now, knock on wood, all the other times I've gone back east, oh, it's cold, but it ain't like that. It ain't like, I think in the last decade, I've seen some climate change. And I got to say, that's the good kind of global warming. So the 76ers have not won a title since 1983. Remember, LeBron said, this will be my last decision. I'm not going to do it for money. I'm going to do it for me. I'm not going to do it for my family. What am I playing for? I still want to sacrifice. I want to work. I want to grind. I want to compete. I want to win. I want that chance and feeling of winning another championship. Remember with the Lakers, he said, first time in my life I've been third option, because it was Luka, then Reeves, then LeBron. LeBron said, I believe I can help make the Philadelphia 76ers a championship team, and I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be my home. Now, you got to remember, too, he's done this as a free agent. He's never cried his way off the team. But now James will attempt to make it 4 for 4 as he tries to lead Philly to their first championship. And remember, Moses Malone predicted they would go faux with sweeps in all 3 rounds, and he came just a game short of that. But obviously, this is not the first time Philly has tried to get James in 2018. They met with Rich Paul, formerly known as Paul until he met LeBron. And that was right before he went to the Lakers. And, at that point, the Sixers were not far removed from their infamous process, and they just reached the playoffs for the first time with Joel Embiid leading the way. And Embiid is now a former MVP, but he also has missed the same amount of games as he's played. I think he went past that. He's missed more than he's played. So you got Tyrese Maxey. He's the point guard. The Sixers just got Jaylen Brown in a blockbuster with the Celtics. Last year's 3rd overall pick, VJ Edgecombe, is an emerging star. This is one of the most talented lineups in the league. And I saw a headline said, most talented lineup in NBA history. Shut up. We haven't dribbled yet. But, yeah, on paper, it looks really good. Now, they only have one big guy. So it's kind of funny because the president of basketball ops is the guy named Mike Gansey, who was the runner-up as Ohio's Mr. Basketball in 2001 to LeBron James. So he brought in Dean Wade from the Cavs. The Sixers got a steal and Anthony Simons on the free agent market for just $5.3 million. You got some young players like LeBaron Philon, Dominic Barlow, Adam Bona. No jokes. But the relationship between James and the Lakers, it really started to go downhill when the failed acquisition of Russell Westbrook and getting Doncic and then moving away from Anthony Davis. And so remember, Rich Paul said it's not about winning a title. Well, it sounds like it is. It's not about. So the Lakers now, I mean, what they've done with their 4-year, $130 million sign and trade with Walker Kessler, and then Quentin Grimes, Sandro Mamukelashvili, and Colin Sexton to go around Doncic and Reeds. It's going to be a weird-looking Laker team. But you know what? I hate the Lakers. I don't care about the Lakers. So this reminds me of when Moses Malone went to Philly and he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated wearing that like flat hat with all those Philly kids. We're going to need another SI cover like that. All right, I'm Rick Tittle. Let's take a quick break. We'll come on back on Sports Byline.
Like the legend of the Phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work. Real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. As a veteran, show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you'll get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. That's 800-887-1097. Proceeds support Heroes on the Water. Right now, you can switch from cable television to satellite television for free. That's right, we're offering free equipment, free installation, plus get a free $100 prepaid Visa card. Call the Satellite TV hotline right now. Make the switch from cable to satellite television and expand your viewing horizon. On top of free installation, for a limited time, we're offering a fixed price guarantee. With Satellite TV, you'll save money over your expensive cable bill. Plus, get access to hundreds of channels. And when you call right now, you can also ask about our seniors and military discounts. So make the switch to satellite TV right now. Everybody gets free installation, free equipment, plus a $100 prepaid Visa card. Call right now and you can switch to satellite TV and be watching everything you wanted to within the next week. And remember, installation's free, so call right now. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
Unchanging, I could be amongst the stars. There are no problems. Amongst the stars, no sickness or disease. I'd leave behind the world and all the battles I just want to flee. I'd be free.
All right, very good. Some haunting, fantastic singing there from our guests. Rick Tittle with you coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. That was Timothy Michuda, who joins us right now to talk about his release Touring, an EP featuring talent from Broadway's Lost Boys, Lion King, and West End's Evita. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Timothy, welcome to the show. Now, first of all, Michuda, how do you say it?
You got it right the first time, Michuda.
Michuda. All right. Well, tell us more about how this all came together, please.
Sure. So, hey everyone, my name is Tim Michuda. I'm coming at you live from Seattle on the West Coast here. And I am a musical theater composer, lyricist, book writer, and a violinist as well. And this song, Amongst the Stars, is from our brand new musical called Turing. Now, Turing is about the wartime codebreaker Alan Turing, who helped break the Enigma code during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually tell his story in 3 parallel timelines. So we have a young Alan at age 16, an Alan at age 28, and an Alan at age 40. So the story kind of jumps around between the timelines, almost like a bit of a cipher. So kind of a fun way to tell his story and get into who he was as a person beyond just a brilliant mind.
Yeah, No, sorry, I was going to say the whole Bletchley Park thing and Benedict Cumberbatch, and I know he's also kind of a hero to the LGBTQ community as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that we've seen films about him, and there's plays about Alan Turing, and I think something like Imitation Games does an awesome job of telling the plot, but we really get into the personal, his relationships, his coming out, and kind of in a time when the world didn't accept him.
So I love the West End, I love Broadway, and it's all good stuff. And the thing I like about it too is that they're not all winners. I mean, I'm sure you've gone to some shows and where you're like, how did that even get okayed and backed? And then you go to somewhere you just can't sit down because you're just constantly giving standing ovations. So how was it for you to like pick out just the right music for this?
You know, as we sat down to write it, we really got into this like code breaking, mechanical. There's a lot of patterns throughout the whole show. There's even some moments where Morse code spells out Alan based on the rhythm and the music. And we make different references and callbacks to songs in Alan 40's timeline to kind of reminisce on themes from when he was 16. So there's a lot of like code breaking, mechanical pattern themes throughout in the music. But I'd say it's really an eclectic blend. We've got kind of the contemporary musical theater sound we've also got a little bit of jazz, some kind of classical music aspects, and we even go so far as to have a little EDM, like electronic beat drop at the end of Act 1. And I think that's just reflective of who me and Ben, my co-writer, are as writers. It's really drawing on all our different music influences and kind of blending it into something that feels fresh, feels new and exciting, which this many years into theater is hard to do. So when you find that sound, I think that's something really special.
And all these years long, I don't know if you've had any feedback yet, but of his family, what do you think, or have you had any feedback or reaction about this tribute that you're doing for him?
Not to date, not yet. I know there are some descendants of Alan that I'd love to connect with and get their take on their family's legacy as well. We're still kind of in the early stages. I mean, this EP that we're releasing is to get the music out there to kind of build awareness and to also get some producers and industry personnel on board for the show. So it's still the early stages, but we're beyond thrilled to have some awesome talent, like you mentioned. Thrilled to have a few Broadway and West End folks that were excited and willing to jump on some new music and record a new project.
I saw a quote from you, just paraphrasing about how you're very hard on yourself and you're your own toughest critic and self-deprecating, but yet you have impressed yourself, the harshest critic. You're really impressed by what you put together. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, full transparency, I'm a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. I'm always raising the bar. I think that comes from being raised in a household with very attentive, a little strict parents. Mm-hmm. But I was as a baby in the family, I always wanted to kind of one up my older siblings and be the best in school and be the best in orchestra or music, or even for a little while, I did a few sports along the way too. Maybe wasn't the best at those, but I always hold myself to this high standard because I feel like I can be doing more, and I don't ever want to leave a performance or leave a pitch meeting. I don't ever want to leave those feeling, oh, I could have practiced more, or I could have done more that would have made this be better. I want to leave the stage saying, I brought everything I could and I gave it my all. So if they like it, great, because I put in the hard work. But if they didn't, well, I did everything I could, at least on my end.
I'm a lot older than you, I'm sure. And I know you said you were a violinist. And when I was a kid, I liked the violin too. I played guitar, but I really liked the violin. And so my dad took me to the San Francisco Symphony because Isaac Stern was going to be playing. And I wanted to see Isaac Stern when I was like 14 years old. And I thought he was going to have a heart attack. I've never seen anybody sweat buckets like that. But my question is, did you have a guy that was your sort of mentor or your idol?
My idol when I was growing up was definitely a mix between either Itzhak Perlman, very accomplished, idol in the violin world, but also kind of on the more modern side. I loved Joshua Bell and everything he was doing. There were the stories back in the day of him playing incognito in the subways in New York and nobody knew who he was. But I think even though they're both kind of an old school and a new school kind of violin style, they both have this like luscious, rich, romantic, like violin sound with this thick vibrato, and that was always something to aspire to. And years later, I actually did get a chance to meet Itzhak Perlman, and I was just, I think I froze a little bit. I was at a loss for words because you build up these idols in your mind, these people who are at the absolute peak of their career in your industry. And then you finally meet them, and then you're like, oh my gosh, they're real. This isn't some idea.
Well, does it get any better than when Perlman does Allegro non molto from Winter by Vivaldi? I mean, that is the top, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That or anytime he pulls out chart offs for an encore.
All right. Before I let you go, Tim, I want to make sure everybody can get their hands on this EP. Where are we going online?
So go ahead and search Turing, the official concept EP.
Yeah, and that's without the O, Turing.
That's correct. And that is on all streaming platforms. If you're Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, we've got one single, Amongst the Stars, you heard just a brief snippet of earlier. And the next single is out in a week. And you can look forward to the full EP rolls out early October. So we've got 6 great songs from our new show. Again, that's Turing, Turing. And this has been great. This is Tim Michuda, and I hope you enjoy the music as much as we've enjoyed creating it.
Tim Michuda, great stuff. Congrats, man. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right, good stuff. We'll continue on in the theater world with Michael Gene Sullivan coming up on the other side. I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back on Sports Book.
Learn life to hold us back, the rules to be upheld. There's nothing I'd rather do.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
T-Mobile unveiled Super Broadband, a revolutionary business internet solution that brings together the largest nationwide 5G advanced network and Starlink. Mo Kataba, T-Mobile EVP and Chief Business Marketing Officer, explains.
Super Broadband isn't a new product. It is an entirely new category of broadband. It's about giving businesses the confidence that their connectivity can keep up, hold up, and help them operate wherever business happens, with ultimate redundancy, unmatched coverage, and unprecedented simplicity.
Super Broadband delivers virtually unbreakable connectivity in remote and rural areas that are often underserved by legacy ISPs and is the first nationwide broadband solution to reach every zip code in the U.S. In fact, Super Broadband extends coverage to effectively every business location in America. Learn more about Super Broadband at www.t-mobile.com/business. Sponsored by T-Mobile.
Do you have diabetes? I'm sure you've seen the television commercials on the new CGM devices from all the top brands and how well they can help you manage your diabetes. Do you have the latest and newest in diabetes technology? The Diabetes Solutions Center carries most of the top brands, and the great news is your insurance may cover most of the cost. Call our special CGM hotline today, and our friendly representatives will help see if you qualify. You could get a new CGM from the top brands at little or no cost to you. Make living with diabetes easier. You are just one free phone call away to learn if your insurance covers the cost. So make this free call today to the Diabetes Solutions Center and learn for free how to get your new continuous glucose monitor.
800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. That's 800-520-8629.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Rick Tittle beats his servants.
Thank you for that. Welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. It's a pleasure to welcome to the show Michael Gene Sullivan. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a director, he's a teacher, a performer, and he's here to talk about his latest venture. It's called Wreckage, a musical tragicomedy. This is from the San Francisco Mime Troupe. It has already started. It'll go until September 7th. Free shows in the park. And you can go to sfmt.org for more information as well. Michael, welcome to the show. I know you're also a Shakespeare-trained actor as well. How do you blend the mime with the bard?
Mime bard. Well, one thing is, so despite the fact that we have mime right in the name of our company, we don't do silent mime. The actual definition of mime, so all your listeners will know this, the actual definition of mime is the exaggeration of everyday life in story and song. You're supposed to talk in mime. Silent mime is just this weird little kind of mime that got super famous back in the 60s and 70s. So that everybody thinks it's silent. It's absolutely not. If you go to see like a big musical or something, technically, if it's stylized, it's mime.
I was going to say, when mimes talk, do people say, I want my money back?
Well, luckily our shows are free, so they don't get a chance to say that. And so when we're out there doing our stuff and doing these big shows with a big style, it is actually very close to the way Shakespeare is supposed to be done. Shakespeare wrote those shows to be done outside in a loud space. People are drinking and throwing goats and beating each other with chicken legs or whatever the heck audiences were doing in those days. so with Mime Troupe shows, because we're out doing the shows out in the world also, we're in parks and plazas and wherever. It's a big production. Seeing a Mime Troupe show is like seeing a Broadway musical, only really small, and we have a point as opposed to most Broadway musicals. We are actually trying to tell the audience stuff in the same way that Shakespeare was, really trying to delve into feelings and emotions and change the world. That's our goal.
One
musical comedy at a time.
Yes. And so what is Wreckage, and why is it a musical tragicomedy?
Well, it's a weird question. What is Wreckage? It's like, go outside and look around. Where people, so right now, people are feeling this wreckage of their lives, feeling wreckage of foreign policy, wreckage of everything, the news, your Instagram feed, your YouTube channel, everything is wreckage right now. And so what I wanted to do in writing this show was kind of say, well, we're actually all in this together. People feel like things that are happening just to them, tension around whether or not going to lose their job over AI, or tension about whether or not they're just going to be laid off because the company isn't doing well, but they're lying to you about it. Tension about, going to a protest or there are people who just feel like they're going to go to work and they're going to come home and their family is gone, been deported. People who are in the armed forces who've joined because they want to it's a pathway to citizenship. But that tension around, does it matter? Will I get my citizenship? Will anybody care? All of these different things. So people are feeling wrecked in their lives. And at this twisted time of all of this stuff, I want to try to write a show that acknowledges all the wreckage, but still in the end gives you some hope about the future. Because that's one of the big things right now, I feel like, is people have lost hope of the future. You know, whether it's climate change or war or tariffs or just the economy collapsing because AI, it's a big con game. With all of that, people have lost a sense of hope. And we have to have a realistic look at what's going on, but at the same time, a sense of hope of the future. Musical comedy.
Let's see AI play Falstaff, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, it is such a con. But we have so much of our economy is based on AI right now. If AI doesn't work, it's like the stock market will crash. And we all know it doesn't work. So people are tense. They're scared. They're like, and so one of the characters, like in the play, I'm in the show also, I play a guy from Silicon Valley who knows he's making stuff that doesn't work. But he is so committed to his job and he's so committed to his lifestyle and his house that he doesn't know if he can stop. Another character in the play is a member of the National Guard, a guy who's an immigrant who joined so that he could get his citizenship. But he is being asked to police other non-citizens that are like him, friends, family, people that just came to the United States for a better life. And he's got to question himself around that. And another character is a woman who has spent her whole life trying to be quiet because her parents were in internment camps. She's Japanese-American, internment camps during World War II. And she's like, if I speak out about any of the injustices I see, I might end up in an internment camp because she thinks that was the message her mother was teaching her. And then there's another woman who works at a church. She's an accountant for a church, and she's a true and deep believer. But she's found some accounting errors, quote unquote errors, in the books, and how the pastor at that church is trying to deflect her from these issues. With each one of these stories, it's a person who's put themselves in this situation of their own free will, and now they have to be willing to give up their belief in what they thought the world was going to be, the way they thought the country was going to be, give up that so that they can create something new and different and better, hopefully.
So you have performed on every continent in so many different cultures and countries.
Not Antarctica yet. Haven't been to Antarctica yet.
I take that back. You've not been to Fort McMurdo yet.
Right.
Right. All but that. So my question is, as an aside, what was your because there's always, I'm sure, a little bit of trepidation and butterflies to do any show. So when you go to a foreign country, what was maybe your greatest triumph of a foreign show? And then maybe was there a disaster gig along the way?
Well, in some ways, the disaster and the triumph are the same one for me. We did a show in outside of Seoul, Korea once. And we got there, we did the show indoors, we were doing all that stuff, and then we were set up to perform in an outdoor amphitheater. And everyone said, it was so great that you're here. Thanks for coming all here from the United States. And just at that point, we set up the stage, and the weather was a little dicey. And then they tell us, we may not be able to do the show because there's a hurricane coming. We were like, a hurricane? And they said, yes, it was going to pass right over this area. And so, since we're doing musical theater, we've got microphones and the band is electrified and got lights, and it's going to be far too dangerous. And so the theater company all got together in the back, and we were like, we're going to have to cancel the show. We'll see what can happen. Maybe we can do it at another time or something like that. And so as we go out to tell the audience, it is raining cats and dogs at this point. We go out to tell the audience that we're going to cancel the show, and they are wrapped around the block, holding newspapers over their heads, they've got kids with them, and they're doing everything they can because they came to see the show, even though there's going to be a hurricane. And we're like, we have to do the show. We have to find a way to do this with all this electronic stuff, to do it anyway. And as we go out to do the show, the eye of the hurricane passes over Seoul, and it stops raining for the length of our show. You know? And so on the one hand, it was going to be so heartbreaking to have to cancel, but it was also the greatest triumph that we decided to do it anyway, even if it was raining, and then it stopped raining. And we did the show. We took down all the electronics. We had somebody had to come out during the show every once in a while, though, and mop the stage, just so that we wouldn't split. But it was great, and the audience loved it, and we ended up being declared like heroes of the festival, and we met the mayor, and they took us around and all of this stuff because we decided to do the show because the audience was there. We're there for the crowd. It's not about the money. It's not about the fame and fortune. God knows it's not the fame and fortune. It's for the audience. And that we did this for them made us heroes of the festival.
That's awesome. I also think when I was just looking at all the tons of roles that you've had, the thing that seems most challenging, like I'm just looking at 12th Night. You've done it many times. You've done 3 different characters. I think about how hard it is to memorize the lines, and now you got to forget all that guy's lines and learn the other one, and then learn the other one.
Yeah, that is always a trip. It's like, you're doing a scene as one character, and the last time you did the show, you were the other person in that conversation. And the last time I did it, I played Malvolio, and the time before that, I played Toby Belch. Those 2 characters have arguments throughout the show, and so I'm looking at the other actors and going, okay, what am I saying here? Who am I? And how do I have to damn you? Where before I was it, But it's a lot of fun, and that part of sometimes you do a show and within a week you don't know any of the lines, so because you have to wipe that slate clean.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys do it. So where can we see you? Are you guys at the Shell in between the Steinhardt and the DeYoung? Where are you guys performing?
Oh, we are all over the place.
Okay.
Now we're not going to be at that, but we're going to be like in San Francisco. We're going to be at Presida Park, actually over in the Mission this weekend, and then we're going to be at our studio in the Mission, and we're going to play the Panhandle at like near Masonic and between Oak and Fell. But we're also going to be in San Jose at San Jose State and Santa Cruz downtown there. we're playing Ukiah coming up. We've got Berkeley shows. The best way, just go to our website, sfmt.org, and look at the full schedule, and it'll have all the places we're playing. We're still also trying to video the show so that we can stream it during August. But that's a whole other problem. Doing outdoor theater and having microphones go weird and things that are snapping, and they're like, you got to film the show again. Yeah, the hurricane. But, it's free. We don't take, we ask for donations after the show. And people are always shocked at that. They're like, how do you make money off of this? And it's like, well, we don't, on the one hand, we don't have to pay rent on a theater, and that saves us money. But we also don't take money from corporations, because if we want to make fun of corporations, we can't take their money. That would be hypocritical. So instead, we just make fun of them anyway. And so we get grants and money from foundation, but we also get, donations from the audience. We'll tell people, it's like, if you like the show, after the show, if everybody in the audience gave us $20, our paychecks will clear this week.
Well, it's a labor of love, but I can hear the enthusiasm in your voice. Everybody make sure to check out Wreckage, a musical tragic comedy, and go see where they're coming. They're coming near you, even all the way up in Ukiah. sfmt.org. We have been speaking with Michael Gene Sullivan, MGS himself. Thanks a lot for coming on, man, and have fun with it.
Thanks, Rick. Talk to you later.
All right, I'm Rick Tittle. We'll take a break, and we will come on back on Sports Byline.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. That's 800-853-8931.
This important consumer alert is from the Credit Repair Hotline, a national service designed to help people improve their credit scores. Are you paying high interest rates because of your credit rating? Wouldn't you like to be able to qualify for a better car loan or mortgage rate? Would lower monthly payments give you more financial flexibility? If you're finally ready to fix your credit problem, you need to call today and get a free consultation from the Credit Repair Hotline. In one fast and easy call, we can pull your credit rating and show you real solutions how to improve your credit. And again, this is part of a 100% free consultation. Learn how you can save money on everyday purchases by having a better credit rating. And it all starts with this free phone call right now.
800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. That's 800-413-6214.
Listen up, guys. Are you experiencing any of the following? Fatigue, less drive, poor performance? If so, you may be one of the nearly 30 million men in the U.S. today dealing with ED. But did you know you don't have to pay hundreds for a prescription anymore? And you don't have to deal with the hassle of seeing the doctor or the embarrassment of going to the pharmacy for a certain pill. Now, with one free call, you can find out how Herbal Virility Max can help you feel like a man again. For over a decade, Herbal Virility Max has helped guys just like you put a smile back on their face with improved performance and drive. Call today and ask about our buy one, get one free offer.
800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. 800-690-8223. That's 800-690-8223.
Just go ask your mama.
Okay, that's it.
Hey, your mama is in here.
Rick Tittle's got a black belt in keeping it real.
Thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. I'm Rick Tittle. All right, we got 2 more hours to go, and we had some very entertaining entertainment people. We will talk about sports. LeBron James is a Philadelphia 76er. That sounds weird, but got to get used to it now. Emails Rick at sportsbyline.com. I have an email from Jeremy. I haven't heard from him for a while. Says, Rick, I know you don't like him, but do you think Sebastian Berhalter would make a good captain? No, I don't. I don't even want Berhalter to start. And I don't like goalies as captains because they're too far removed from everything, even if they deserve it. I don't know why Tyler Adams wasn't the captain. He was the captain for an entire year and a half, and then Poach came in and made Tim Ream his captain, and that's fine. Tyler Adams was just on my show last week. I think he should be the guy. If not him, I would probably go Chris Richards as, he was player of the year. He is a bona fide mid-20s Premier League center half star. He's not world class yet, but he is a star in the Premier League. There's something to say about that. And he is the spine of the entire defense. And there was Ream alongside him. But, Ream was getting close to 40 years old. I guess that's why Poach relied upon him. But no, not Berhalter. No, sorry, Jeremy. I think that would be crazy because I'm not a big fan of his, but, he did have some good moments in the World Cup. I'll give him that. I don't hate the guy. I'm just not a big fan of his, but it has to be somebody who plays every game. And the fact that Tyler Adams was captain, I think, 11 or 12 times, that's my answer. But thank you for the emails, Rick at sportsbyline.com. Keep them coming. And we have 2 more hours, so come on back after a AI robot newscast.
This is an all sports news sports update.
This is All Sports News. I'm Carla Vasquez. The international sports business continues evolving rapidly as leagues pursue new audiences through streaming platforms and digital media. Sports executives say mobile viewing and global content distribution are helping organizations reach fans far beyond traditional television markets. Meanwhile, volleyball continues seeing major participation growth worldwide, particularly among younger athletes. Professional leagues and international tournaments are attracting increased sponsorship and media attention as the sport's popularity continues expanding. In baseball, international events and cross-border partnerships remain key priorities for Major League Baseball. League officials continue using football exhibitions and international outreach to strengthen baseball's worldwide appeal. And finally, athletes' entrepreneurship continues becoming more common throughout sports. Players across multiple sports are launching media brands, apparel companies, and charitable initiatives while building careers beyond competition. That's your ASN Sports Update. I'm Carla Vasquez.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled KATY.org. Team up with them today.
Everyone likes a success story. All In Lid Company was started by 2 young entrepreneurs who wanted to build a premium hat brand around quality products and an inspiring mindset. That mindset? All In Lid isn't about what you wear, it's about how you think. Believe in yourself. This brand was created to inspire people to go all in on themselves, to chase the goals that matter to them, to bet on their vision, their work ethic, and their belief, even when the outcome feels uncertain. Founded at Florida State University in Tallahassee, the message quickly resonated with students who believed in the mentality behind it. Today, All In Lid represents more than premium headwear. It represents commitment, confidence, and ownership, a reminder to stop playing small and show up fuller for your goals. Their mission is simple: to inspire as many people as possible to go all in on themselves and their next chapter. Allinlid.com. Be sure to check it out. Allinlid.com.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Let's be honest. Most businesses don't struggle because demand is low. They struggle because their back end can't handle growth. Leads come in, but follow-up is slow. Calls get missed. Appointments don't get confirmed. And everything lives in different places. So even when marketing works, revenue doesn't scale. That's a systems problem. Create Assistance fixes this by building a done-for-you CRM and automation system that captures every lead, follows up automatically, confirms appointments, and keeps everything organized in one place. And only after that foundation is built, AI voice and chat employees get added on. If your business feels chaotic behind the scenes, it's time to fix the back end. Visit createassistance.ai and book your call today. Or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Tittle knows his sports.
I hate that guy.
I love that guy. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. Rick Tittle brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and then he eats it.
Ricky T in the hizzle for shizzle, biznatch.
Thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. 1-800-878-PLAY. Come on in and get heard wherever you might be listening in this great land of ours and okay foreign lands. As we are here taking your calls, toll free, 1-800-878-PLAY, 1-800-878-7529. That's how you'll get in and get your sporting question, comment, and questions, concerns. That's the other thing. I knew it was alliteration. All right. We have Bill Frenzer coming up from the Ogden Edsl Lost Tapes. They did shows for the Dr. Demento show. And Dr. Demento would be, let's say, problematic these days. He's a guy who's in the Radio Hall of Fame. He's still with us. He's in his 80s now, but no offense, he looked 80 in the 70s, but he was this weird guy in a tux and a top hat, and they would play crazy songs. And it started off with, Spike Jones and, Weird Al had songs on there, and then some just really weird ones. Stan Freberg, remember him? He would go, "That's right." I know that's hard on the ears. But instead of saying "that's right," he goes, "That's right." Sorry, I didn't know I could do a Stan Freberg. But Stan Freberg was, in the 50s and 60s. That was old stuff when I was a kid. But anyway, I can't say I remember Ogden Edsl, but there are some lost tapes. And we're going to talk to Bill on the other side. And then we will have time to talk sports. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, golf, tennis, auto racing, boxing, Olympics, Quidditch, lacrosse, chess, checkers, rugby, cricket. Also, I am on YouTube and Twitch.tv. Hella fine in my hat and reading glasses. Everybody's dream come true. Feast for the eyeballs. And around the world on American Forces Radio Network. Did I say that? TuneIn app, iHeartRadio app, Stitcher, SportsByline.com, streaming. Come on back.
Instant Kohl's Cash is powerful. You spend $25 and earn $10 Kohl's Cash to use instantly on nearly everything store-wide. So now you're grabbing new shoes and nodding at your receipt like you negotiated the deal. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members earn 3 times rewards. Get instant Kohl's Cash this weekend at Kohl's. Offer valid July 23rd through 26th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Sometimes life changes, and the house you once loved becomes a burden. Too many repairs, too many memories, too much to handle on your own. If you'd like to sell your home fast, we can help at the Home Buyers Hotline. We can help you sell your home as is, no cleaning, no showings, and there are absolutely no hidden fees or real estate commissions. We'll pay you a fair price for your home in cash. Whether you're downsizing, handling an estate, or just ready for peace of mind, call us. We'll help you walk away from your problem property in no time at all and get you the cash in your bank account with little hassles. If you'd like to sell your home fast, as is, we can help at the Home Buyers Hotline.
Call Want to Sell Your Home now for a free quote to sell your home in any condition. Call 800-950-3143. 800-950-3143. That's 800-950-3143.
Lower your car payment today. Lower your car payment today. Yes, you heard us right. You can lower your car payment right now by making this free call and save up to $1,400 a year on your current car payments. Think about your current car payment right now. What's that costing you per year? Now think about what it would be like to put an extra $1,400 back in your pocket. That's the average savings our customers experience. We can help you drive the same car and pay less every month by lowering your car payments interest rate to as low as 4.67%. At Rate Genius, we can work with you to refinance any car payment. If you qualify, it costs you nothing to find out how you can lower your car payment. To learn more, call this number right now.
800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. That's 800-832-2816.
This summer, the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich and pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Last night, my sister Susie and her next best boyfriend Earl discovered some muck in a pickup truck that was definitely not of this world. Well, they took it home to the bathtub where it left a yucky stain, and they grabbed a hose and held their nose and flushed it down the drain.
They're in the sewer, those fish folks in the sewer. They're in our drinking water, we're in trouble, that's for sure. Little green tanks upon the planks of the fish people of Baradana. They lay their eggs on sunburned lakes, those fish people of Baradana. They'll swim right through your barbecue.
All right. That is a song by Ogden, Edsl, and we are here. Rick Tittle back with you, by the way, coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network in San Francisco. Ogden Edsl had a spell out here in the city as well. And we're here to talk to one of the men who found this band way back in the 70s. It's Bill Frenzer, because he has unearthed some long-lost live recordings and is now, through Olio, will be releasing the lost tapes of the Ogden Edsl Wahalia Blues Ensemble Mondo Bizarro Band. Bill, welcome to the show. Where were these tapes hidden?
Rick, thank you. This is a great story. As you just said, I mean, this band has been, in one way or another, still doing stuff since 1970, 71. We were in college. We got out. Everybody liked the singer. She was beautiful, but and they all lied to each other as to whether they were dealing with her or not. And of course, that was part of the fun thing. But the band continued on,
and all kinds of. We had 150 people in this band over the years, coming and going, and it was great fun. And we're still doing it occasionally. We've got a new couple of songs that are coming out in this month that we just did. But yeah, it's great. So we did all kinds of silly songs, and Dr. Demento played us a lot, and had a good time doing it. So we're still trying to continue doing fun stuff. And the Fish People, of course, one of my favorites, because I made it up one time driving down someplace in the Midwest, and it came to my ears. I think the Fish People tuned in on me and gave it to me indirectly and brainwashed me. Anyway, so yeah, it's great. Thank you for wanting to hear about it. This is the story basically. Our good friend Wade Wright, who has a fantastic record store in San Francisco in the Haight, the great old record store that he's had for many, many years. And he was cleaning he's got huge amount of, hundreds of thousands of records in this place on and Haight. Anyway, he called me up and he said, "Bill, I was cleaning up down here and I found a box of old records, of old tapes, and they sound pretty good, and it's stuff that you guys did." So it turned out that a friend of ours is a really good person who knows how to record properly. So he did this, register of the songs that we did in a club in Omaha, our hometown, for about a week. So we got the best of those pieces out from somewhere, from the basement of his record store in San Francisco.
Are you talking about? I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you talking about like Amoeba or the Grove Merchant?
No, I'm not. I'm talking about Wade Wright's.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
It's an obscure deal. He doesn't like to promote it very much. But I don't know. At least, all you guys, everybody in this world is odd, including me and probably you. I don't know.
Well, I got to bring that up. So Dr. Demento, for people who don't know, and I'm a kid of the 70s, and he was nationally sent to the show every week, and he would play, anything from Weird Al to the more demented stuff. And I'll never forget, and you couldn't play it now, Kinko, the Kid Loving Clown. If the kids just love me back, I'll never wear a frown. And then you wrote that, Bill, didn't you?
Among other people, yes. Richie Seaman and I wrote a bunch of great songs together. Bill Carey, a whole raft of really great songwriters that we had in our bands for over the years. And yeah, we did that, and most of the songs that we have on this lost tapes are songs that we all did one way or another, and really great to have it out, and people are starting to listen to it, and it's wonderful because they were lost and now they're found.
And you were that sounds almost biblical.
Yeah. Well, except we don't go to church, so it's okay. That's probably the best part of it.
And you sang and you played trumpet?
Well, among other things. I haven't been playing much trumpet. I played the harmonica quite a bit.
Okay.
And that's and I sing. I'm a singer, among other people. And so it's been a real good show for me and for my close friends who are still my buddies, and we do a lot of work together sometimes.
And I'd be remiss not to bring up your biggest hit of all, Dead Puppies.
Oh, of course, sure. That I don't know why, but it sure worked. People, it was people that really liked it or hated it. But the fact is that that's the best thing you can do. If you get a lot of hate and a lot of love all at the same time, that's when it's really fantastic. That's when you're really hitting the mark. Kind of like what our government's doing now. Everybody's happy listening and tuning in on that. So I guess there's some value to complete oblivion that they're trying to get us into.
So how much, when you heard the old tapes, how much was, oh my gosh, this is gold, and how much of it was, oh, this is garbage?
I got to tell you, you shouldn't ask me about it because I think everything, just about all of it was good. And we played these songs for many years, so we were very enamored by them and performed them in shows all over the West. And people, there's a small but effective group of people who really like this stuff, but it hasn't been really developed properly. The companies that put it out were not doing that well for our publicity, and we didn't have the money to really do it. But Dr. Demento was fantastic. He really did a wonderful show for us. Matter of fact, we're doing a show with him on the 9th, and he's not really performing now, but he's there to grace us with his presence as we do this show, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, Barry, anyway, does he show up in a tux and a top hat still?
I don't know if he's going to do that. The last time he did this, I don't know if he's going to bring his hot tap, his tap dancing shoes, or his tap dancing abilities, but he's going to be there anyway.
All right. Well, everybody should check this out. The Ogden Edsl, and that's EDSL, no E.
Yeah.
Wahalia Blues Ensemble, Mondo Bizarro Band, the Lost Tapes from Oleo Records, and you can also check it out on Spotify, Apple Music as well. And we have been speaking to the co-founder of that group and the author of Kinko, the Kid Loving Clown, Bill Frenzer. Bill, thank you for your time, man.
Oh, that's great. I wish I had more specifics for you, but it's just been a hodgepodge of real fun stuff that we've done over the years, and now it's available.
All right.
So get out there and see if you can do it. Also, it might come under Ogden Edsl Live, which might be another way to find it. So,
all right. Just put in Ogden Edsl.
Excellent.
All right, great.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
And thanks for the plug. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. That's Bill Frenzer. And yeah, this song, I mean, you think about the Sandusky era, a song about a clown molesting children. In the 70s, we would all be like, oh my gosh, that's so bad. Dude, that song is so bad. And then we would laugh. I would get you canceled now. I'm Rick Tittle. This isn't it. This is Dead Puppies.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun. They don't come when you call. They don't chase squirrels at all. Dead puppies.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work, real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment you should add to your portfolio. The beauty of silver is that however much you have available to invest, silver is affordable and easy to acquire, with one coin costing around $30. So, if you choose to invest a few thousand in silver, you can get quite a bit for your money, and you'll have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be proud to own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
My fellow Americans, let the message ring out that from this day forward, when you buy American, you buy the best. Handcrafted, something premium, something pure. For this is the very essence of what our servicemen and women gave their lives to protect, and by God, we shall not allow their sacrifice to be forgotten. It's time to show the world just how great American can be. And we will not wait for tomorrow to come. We will stand here, this moment, together, and we will start today. Don't ever forget how great it is to be American. America we need right now. America, premium vodka. Celebrate responsibly.
What would you say you do here?
Well, look, I already told you. I deal with the customers so the engineers don't have to. I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand it? What the hell is wrong with you people?
I'm wearing the pajamas. Hot potato.
Rick Tittle will fight anyone listening to this.
All right, not so fast. 1-800, not so fast. 1-800-878-PLAY is the number to call. LeBron James, we'll get the reaction. Like I said, this just came down less than an hour ago, so we'll start looking for a reaction. But every team will have to have a statement. I'm sure Pat Riley will say, hey, I got to respect it, but, there was no in-state income tax here and all that. It goes without saying that if the Jaylen Brown trade didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. And so this is really a masterstroke for the Sixers. They got this tremendous young player in Edgecombe. They've got a former MVP in Embiid, if the guy can just stay healthy for 5 seconds. And now they have Brown, and now they have LeBron. I mean, exciting times. And so that's why, we'll get the reaction to trickle in, as we say. All right. I don't know if you know who Jurgen Klopp is. He's one of these great managers who did wonders at Borussia Dortmund, but Borussia Dortmund is one of the heavy hitters in the Bundesliga. But then he took his talents to Anfield and won the Premier League and the Champions League with Liverpool, much to my chagrin. He beat Tottenham in the 2019 final. But he was a fantastic manager. His players loved him. You might recognize him. He's got a big toothy grin and a beard, tall and skinny. Not as tall and skinny as Thomas Tuchel, but still. He is now the head coach of the German national team, the Deutsche Fußballbund. Die Deutsche Mannschaft, Deutsche Elf, mit 4 Sterne, or 4 stars, 4 World Cups, lost as many finals. But I bring him up because today he had his press conference, and it's a press conference unlike anything I've ever heard. And remember, this guy's super jovial. But he went in hot. He went in sassy face Magoo. He basically went in threatening to quit. What? So he sat down, and there's the press, and he said to the press, if you in the media behave badly and do not leave my family in peace, then I'll be gone. I'll just turn away. I know there are other countries where national team coaches are treated even worse. I'm not doing this job for myself. I'm doing it for you. I'm taking this job even though I've seen how you treated Julian Nagelsmann and Thomas Tuchel, last two head coaches of the German national team. He said, I love this job, but I'm always ready to call it quits. Wow. Now, the other day, I mentioned that I got to talk to Ruud Gullit for an hour. And at that time, Marco van Basten, his former teammate with the national team, and also at Milan, was getting pilloried in the Dutch media. And Ruud Gullit spent a good 10 minutes talking about how much the Dutch media sucks and how they attack the coach. I mean, that happens everywhere in every sport. And sometimes if you're the coach, they like you no matter what, or they hate you no matter what. My cousin John, I think he's this huge Giants fan. He's older than me. Maybe Bochy was the only one where he's like, I guess he's all right. He's despised. He goes, Dusty Baker, Felipe Alou, like, man. Just always hates. So he also suggested that when he's done with this job, he's done. He talked about himself in the third person like Deion Sanders. He said, quote, Jurgen Klopp is not going to have any career after the national team. This is the pinnacle, the absolutely high point of my footballing career as coach. I will give it everything I've got. All right. So last year, Red Bull hired him to be like a, just kind of like a, what would you call it? A guy who just gives advice to Red Bull Salzburg, Red Bull New York, Red Bull Strasbourg. But he's now contracted for the next cycle. That means the next World Cup. So 4 years. That means he'll be the manager, barring any changes here, through the 2030 World Cup, the centenary, which will be in Uruguay, Argentina, and Paraguay, and then we'll transition over to the Jib area, Spain, Portugal, Morocco. Klopp said success is about how you perform in relation to expectations. When we ask in Germany, are we as good as France? And the answer is no, that's not true. The question should be, do we have players like Dembele, Mbappe, Doué, Barcola? The answer is no, but we can still beat them. It's not important to look at France, Spain, Argentina. We must look at ourselves and how we play football. We aren't number one in the world at the moment. There are 11 nations ahead of us in the rankings, but we have to make them possible, make beating them possible in the way we play. And it is bizarre when you think about how they've done in the last 3 World Cups, not getting through the group stage and then going out at the first hurdle. And there was a horrific call. They deserved to be Paraguay because they did. It's just, if you slow down VAR and just get a still photo of anything, it's going to look like a felony. And that was a Jonathan Tah in extra time, headed in a beautiful header, going across the box the other way. The goalie bumped into a guy, fell down, got back up, and then the ball went over his head. Wait. There's a still photo of the guy with his hands on his hips. Oh, and then he went down. Oh, he's out. So it's almost like it's very much like the Olympics where you train for 4 years, and if you fall off the balance beam, well, tough cookies. Blew it. But for me growing up, Germany was always the Cadillac, or should I say, the Mercedes. They were always and I've spent a lot of time in Germany. I've been there in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. I think I missed a decade and then back again. I've been to Europe 12 times, and I have relatives in Germany. I actually feel more at home in Germany than England. Germany feels like America to me, except no one's speaking English and the architecture is more beautiful. England feels like a very weird foreign country. But I can read all the signs. Look, I love all of Europe. But you know, the last census, the number one nationality claimed by Americans is German, more than anything else. Mexican, Irish, Italian, Filipino, Polish, Moroccan, whatever you want. It's just that they did a good job of assimilating. But I digress. Anyway, Jurgen Klopp came in hot to his press conference and said, you know, you go after my family, I quit. And, you know, that's the kind of thing, I don't know. It's a little sour. You don't have to be that emphatic. But some people will say, no, he knows his worth, and he's starting off day one. You know, it's almost like he meets the girl of his dreams, and he's like, all right, if you start whining, I leave. She's like, what? Just letting you know, if I get henpecked, I'm out. It's like doesn't sound very nice. Remember Carson Palmer when he was holding out from the Bengals, and Mike Brown said, I'm not trading him. He goes, good, I'll never play football again. I got $30 million in the bank. He goes, I'll just lift weights in my garage in L.A. And then when he came to Oakland in the trade, I said, you know, do you care about football? Because they give up 2 first-round picks potentially. He goes, no, I care. All right. It sounded like you didn't care. No, I care. All right. Jurgen Klopp, you sure you care? Oh, yeah. You say one bad word and I walk, though. All right, I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back on Sports Bio.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. As a veteran, show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you'll get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. 800-887-1097. That's 800-887-1097. Proceeds support Heroes on the Water.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Please let this nightmare stop! Please, I'm begging you to stop!
Snap! Rick Tittle invented FUBU.
Hey, thank you so much. And we have open lines on a Friday. Come on in. We only got one more guest in the next hour. Carmine Marino, about a half hour. We'll talk some horse racing and ask him his opinion on LeBron. It is official. You don't need me to tell you, but it is official. The bookmakers have made the 76ers the favorites in the East now. Even after the Knicks went on that amazing run, they think with Jaylen Brown and LeBron joining Edgecombe and Embiid and company, that's going to be a pretty good deal. All right. So the fallout from the I don't know, fallout, I guess in this case it is, but the World Cup, as the dust is settling and Trump tried to get into the picture. And by the way, Spain officially photoshopped Donald Trump out of their team picture holding the trophy. They just photoshopped him out. I guess, to try to get credit for other people's accomplishments. And I didn't realize either until last week that the Club World Cup that Chelsea won, and Trump was on stage for that last summer in America, that Trump kept the original and then he sent Chelsea a replica. Why would he keep the Club World Cup? He had nothing to do with it. He didn't play. He didn't kick a ball, right? He never even heard of a red card. He kept it. It's a narcissist doesn't even describe it. And that word is, Carmen Lynch has the joke. She says, whenever a girl breaks up with a guy, it's because he's a narcissist now. And it's funny, ever since she told me that joke like 2-3 years ago, it is so true. Well, it turns out my husband was a narcissist. Maybe he was. I'm not saying. But it's kind of like the catchphrase now. The narcissist. So, Argentina, with those horrific scenes after the game, especially Paredes punching Eric and all the other things that went down, there have been people who have signed a online petition to ban Argentina from the next World Cup. And first of all, that ain't going to happen. How many people have signed it? Well, as I went on the air, 23,316,108 signatures in 170 countries. It's basically the amount of countries I'm on right now. Once again, over 23 million people have signed a thing trying to ban Argentina. I would not be signing that. They played like a-holes, but I do not want them banned from the tournament. Maybe certain players, like I said, Leandro Paredes or Nahuel Molina, who punched Rodri in the stomach. I wouldn't mind seeing a 10-game ban, a 1-year ban. You don't get rid of the whole team. But remember, going the other way, Argentina said that they are now signing a petition to replay the match because of a corrupt referee. That's right, Slatko from Slovenia, Slatko Vinic. And they say that they have about 70,000 signatures to get the match replayed because of a corrupt official. Argentina is the country that punches a goal in Maradona in 86. They're the team that had the goal against Egypt taken back. They had the goal from Nico Williams in the final taken back. And yet when they lose fair and square in a game where they did not have one shot in 90 minutes, they feel like they got robbed. They can't accept it. So President Milei, I mentioned him last couple of days. He didn't go to the match because he thought he was a jinx, which I appreciate. And by the way, Trump and Milei are buddies because he's very right-wing. But he did a little speech yesterday on TV. He said, "Do you have enemies? It means you once defended something. We defend Argentina. The problem with Argentina is that we are conspicuous. We don't go unnoticed. People are jealous of us. And we are good at almost everything." And then he ripped open his suit and he had an Argentine soccer jersey. And he said, "Long live Argentina, damn it." And that's why somebody was saying when every Spanish-speaking nation outside of Argentina was supporting England in the semifinal, they go, "Do you know how bad you have to hate another Spanish-speaking country for us to support England against it?" He said if it was anyone else, they would have supported. But everyone hates Argentina because they are kind of smug. Now, they're also... I remember my mom and dad went to Buenos Aires, and they're the best-looking people I've ever seen down there. They said every guy looks like a model. Every woman is ridiculously gorgeous. You know, they have the Italian-ass names. They have the British infrastructure of these private clubs and golf courses. And so, but then again, you know, I come from a country where people say the same thing about me. Americans think they're better than everybody else. And a lot of times we do. It is true. We do think we're better than everybody else at times, not all of us. So, you know, I can't call the pot black when I'm the kettle, right? Oh, Americans think they're better. Well, that's how it's in South America. Argentines think they're better than everybody else. So, you know, we also had the rhetoric when they did beat England in the semifinal saying, "Las Malvinas son Argentinas," the Falklands are Argentine. You had the mockery of, you know, England was singing Wonderwall by Oasis after every win, and then Argentina showed them laughing in the locker room listening to Wonderwall just to rub salt in the wound. And, you know, Lionel Scaloni, see, they all have Italian names, Scaloni. He said that he refuses to apologize for their behavior after the final. And he said, "Thank you, Argentina. I love you today and always. Today I write with a heavy heart, having been unable to bring our country the joy it so richly deserves." Didn't you win the last World Cup? He continues, "But with a chest full of pride for having given everything we had and for flying our flag at the top once again. Thank you to everyone who is part of this national team." He concludes, "To this group of players who gave their all to represent this jersey, fighting for it until the very last second of every match, it was an honor to be part of the best Argentine national team in history." Well, no, that's not true. won it 4 times, so that's not true. But I have nothing against anybody who plays hard for their country. You know, I respect that because I would play hard for mine. I have nothing against any poor 18-year-old who gets drafted into some army for their homeland for a war they don't want to fight, they don't understand. You know, I don't hold it against that 18-year-old. But when you go above and beyond being a jackass, that's when I have a problem with it. And then also the idea of sportsmanship and just being an adult. It's like when you lose an election, you don't bring in Nazi and Confederate flags into the Capitol and try and hang the vice president so you can stay president. How that guy got off with us, I mean, why he wasn't at least deported, I don't know how you get away with that. When you lose, you don't try and hang the vice president. You shake the hand of the next guy, especially when the nation's at stake. Just saying. And when you are defending champs and you lose, and it wasn't a bad call, when you are on a yellow, meaning you've been booked, you have a yellow card, you have to be very careful because one more yellow means you're out and you go man down. And to have that reckless a challenge for Enzo Fernandez, where the guy literally spun in midair, that's not a dive. You can't replicate that. I remember one time Rick Dempsey was a catcher for the Orioles, and then later I think the Dodgers, and Bo Jackson came running in from third when he was with the Royals, and he put his shoulder down, and his shoulder hit Rick Dempsey's leg, and his leg went up, and his heel hit him in the back of the head. And Dempsey was like on the DL for like 3 months. And I remember he was on Roy Firestone on ESPN, and Roy goes, "What's that like?" And Rick Dempsey said, "It's like getting hit by a car, really." And Roy laughed, and Dempsey goes, No, I'm not joking. It is literally like getting hit by a car. And he went, "Oh, you're on a yellow and you do that?" It's so stupid. So what we need now for Paredes and Molina, and I'd throw in Thiago Almada, I would even throw in the assistant coach, Roberto Ayala, they're all red carded. They need severe discipline. Now, not the team. You don't ban Argentina. That's stupid. You don't ban Argentina, but they deserve severe discipline. And obviously this is just for the national team. FIFA can't do anything about their club teams, and nor should they. It's a different thing. It's funny, when I used to watch soccer in the beginning, if you got red carded in the first division in the football league, they wouldn't let you play for England. It's like, well, you're on a red card. Yeah, but that was during the league. It's still embarrassing. You can't play for England. They finally got rid of that, which was stupid. But I would just give these guys like a 10-match ban. Sorry, you're going to miss the Copa America. How can we do that? Well, because we had over 1 billion people watching, and you start punching people because you lose, because you don't know how, you're not a grown-up, you're not mature enough to handle a loss. Especially when you just won 4 years ago. You can't take it. I mean, Holland has been to 3 finals, and they've lost all 3. That would be the reaction, I would think, from the team, Buffalo Bills style. They're like, damn it, I can't believe we lost again. All right, I'm punching somebody in the jaw right now. Okay. That would be the reaction. But remember, the president of Argentina, he said, we're better than everybody else at basically everything. And then he took off his suit and he's wearing the soccer jersey. Does your bumper sticker say, "That's my president," or does it say "resist"? Probably not too many resist bumper stickers in Buenos Aires. Come on back.
Right now, you can switch from cable television to satellite television for free. That's right, we're offering free equipment, free installation, plus get a free $100 prepaid Visa card. Call the Satellite TV hotline right now. Make the switch from cable to satellite television and expand your viewing horizon. On top of free installation, for a limited time, we're offering a fixed price guarantee. With satellite TV, you'll save money over your expensive cable bill. Plus, get access to hundreds of channels. And when you call right now, you can also ask about our seniors and military discounts. So make the switch to satellite TV right now. Everybody gets free installation, free equipment, plus a $100 prepaid Visa card. Call right now and you can switch to satellite TV and be watching everything you wanted to within the next week. And remember, installation's free, so call right now. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. That's 800-364-2984.
Do you have diabetes? I'm sure you've seen the television commercials on the new CGM devices from all the top brands and how well they can help you manage your diabetes. Do you have the latest and newest in diabetes technology? The Diabetes Solutions Center carries most of the top brands, and the great news is your insurance may cover most of the cost. Call our special CGM hotline today, and our friendly representatives will help see if you qualify. You could get a new CGM from the top brands at little or no cost to you. Make living with diabetes easier. You are just one free phone call away to learn if your insurance covers the cost. So make this free call today to the Diabetes Solutions Center and learn for free how to get your new continuous glucose monitor.
800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. 800-520-8629. That's 800-520-8629.
I gotta go to college. I gotta.
Danny, this isn't Russia. Is this Russia? This isn't Russia, is it?
Nah.
Rick Tittle ain't the man, but Rick Tittle know who the man is, and he slapped his white fanny.
All right, enough of that. So we have another hour coming up. We'll talk a little ponies, but your calls welcome at 1-800-878-PLAY. For those people who thought, hey, you know, MLS is back, and so, you know, we really should give soccer a chance. We got a little hangover here. And the very first game was the Chicago Fire versus Miami, and Chicago debuting Robert Lewandowski, the Polish hero and you know, Golden Boot winner. Played for Barcelona and played in the Bundesliga for a long time. And I always say that the quality of soccer is so watered down now. MLS, it's embarrassing. Look, there are some good players too. There's some good games, and they're great athletes, and they really play hard. It's not a lazy league, I'll tell you that. Everybody goes hard. It's America. But the right back from Miami passed it over to the goalie, a guy named New Rivers, I should say. Rios Novo. And he passed it to the goalie, and he swung his right leg, completely whiffed, and it went into the net for an own goal from the right back. And I can't even describe to you how that's not even a soccer mistake in high school. we just had 5 weeks of the best players on the planet, and then we have a guy swings a leg and it goes right into the net. Ah, you can't make that up. Well, I guess you could. All right, hey, we got another hour. Get on back, y'all.
This is an all sports news sports update.
This is All Sports News. I'm Carla Vasquez. The international sports business continues evolving rapidly as leagues pursue new audiences through streaming platforms and digital media. Sports executives say mobile viewing and global content distribution are helping organizations reach fans far beyond traditional television markets. Meanwhile, volleyball continues seeing major participation growth worldwide, particularly among younger athletes. Professional leagues and international tournaments are attracting increased sponsorship and media attention as the sport's popularity continues expanding. In baseball, international events and cross-border partnerships remain key priorities for Major League Baseball. League officials continue using football exhibitions and international outreach to strengthen baseball's worldwide appeal. And finally, athletes' entrepreneurship continues becoming more common throughout sports. Players across multiple sports are launching media brands, apparel companies, and charitable initiatives while building careers beyond competition. That's your ASN Sports Update. I'm Carla Vasquez.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
Everyone likes a success story. All In Lid Company was started by two young entrepreneurs who wanted to build a premium hat brand around quality products and an inspiring mindset. That mindset? All In Lid isn't about what you wear, it's about how you think. Believe in yourself. This brand was created to inspire people to go all in on themselves, to chase the goals that matter to them, to bet on their vision, their work ethic, and their belief, even when the outcome feels uncertain. Founded at Florida State University in Tallahassee, the message quickly resonated with students who believed in the mentality behind it. Today, All In Lid represents more than premium headwear. It represents commitment, confidence, and ownership. A reminder to stop playing small and show up fuller for your goals. Their mission is simple: to inspire as many people as possible to go all in on themselves and their next chapter. AllInLid.com. Be sure to check it out. AllInLid.com.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly.
Quick question. How many calls, texts, or messages does your business miss every week? Nights, weekends, busy days. That's lost money. Create Assistance helps businesses fix that problem using AI employees that answer calls, respond to texts, book appointments, and follow up with leads 24/7 automatically. No extra staff, no complicated software. Everything runs inside one simple command center that replaces scattered tools, missed follow-ups, and manual busy work. Whether you're a service business, office, or multi-location company, Create Assistance keeps your business responsive, organized, and running even when you're off the clock. Stop letting leads slip through the cracks. Visit createassistance.ai to book a free call, or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rick Tittle knows his sports.
I hate that guy.
I love that guy. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. Rick Tittle brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and then he eats it.
Ricky T in the hizzle for shizzle, biznatch.
All right, welcome to Hour 3. Rick Tittle with you on Sports Byline. Nice to have you. Speaking of Inter Miami, it's so funny. Internazionale Miami. Inter Miami. Major League Soccer has announced a review into a tampering allegation made by the LA Galaxy against Inter Miami in the signing of Casemiro, the Brazilian midfielder who last year played for Manchester United. MLS said, quote, "The league is gathering all relevant information and will refrain from further comment until the review is complete." So, Inter Miami and the Galaxy apparently had reached a settlement, and MLS said, while Inter Miami FC and the LA Galaxy have reached a settlement for Casemiro, the terms will be released upon the conclusion of our report. If a club wants to sign a player on the discovery list of another club that has a higher discovery priority on the player, it may offer that club $50,000. Sort of reminds me of when Eric Lindros was going to be the number 1 overall pick. The Sharks are coming in as the lone expansion team. They did not give the Sharks that pick. They gave them the second pick, which they took Patrick Falloon. And then Lindros said, I'm not going to the Nords, the Quebec Nordiques, which are now the Colorado Avalanche. So he ended up doing a deal with the Rangers and the Flyers. And so they went to the league, and both teams said, our deal is, remember, everyone thought Lindros was Gretzky and Gordie Howe and Steve Yzerman and Rocket Richard put together. We have a deal with Eric Lindros. And so went to an arbitrator, and they go, he is a Flyer. And the Rangers would said, Pshaw. All right, 1-800-878-PLAY. Tune in at iHeartRadio, Stitcher app, Twitch.tv, YouTube. Do I need to say TV? I think we know that with YouTube. By the way, televisions used to have tubes in them, and you'd have to buy a new tube when it burned out. And that's why we call it the boob tube. Just in case you didn't know what boob... Like people say, what's Blockbuster? Well, that's when the line went around the block for the movie. And they go, oh. I'm here for your etymology as well, the old guy. All right, we got another hour. Come on back.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
Sometimes life changes, and the house you once loved becomes a burden. Too many repairs, too many memories, too much to handle on your own. If you'd like to sell your home fast, we can help at the Home Buyers Hotline. We can help you sell your home as is, no cleaning, no showings, and there are absolutely no hidden fees or real estate commissions. We'll pay you a fair price for your home in cash. Whether you're downsizing, handling an estate, or just ready for peace of mind, call us. We'll help you walk away from your problem property in no time at all and get you the cash in your bank account with little hassles. If you'd like to sell your home fast, as is, we can help at the Home Buyers Hotline.
Call Want to Sell Your Home now for a free quote to sell your home in any condition. Call 800-950-3143. 800-950-3143. That's 800-950-3143.
This important consumer alert is from the Credit Repair Hotline, a national service designed to help people improve their credit scores. Are you paying high interest rates because of your credit rating? Wouldn't you like to be able to qualify for a better car loan or mortgage rate? Would lower monthly payments give you more financial flexibility? If you're finally ready to fix your credit problem, you need to call today and get a free consultation from the Credit Repair Hotline. In one fast and easy call, we can pull your credit rating and show you real solutions how to improve your credit. And again, this is part of a 100% free consultation. Learn how you can save money on everyday purchases by having a better credit rating. And it all starts with this free phone call right now.
800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. 800-413-6214. That's 800-413-6214.
Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle is a genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful, genius, the best show ever. He's so wonderful. Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle he's so handsome, he's a genius.
I am so excited to be back on the Rick Tittle Show.
All right, 11:12 on a Friday Pacific time on Titillating Sports with your eponymous host, me, Rick Tittle. We check in with our friend Carmine Marino from Pro Wagering. And Carmine, we'll get to the ponies in a second. Your reaction in the last hour and a half, hearing that LeBron is now going to join Jaylen Brown and Embiid and Edgecombe in Philadelphia because the bookmakers say they're going to win the East. Now, your Knicks are defending champs. What do you think about all this?
Well, the Jaylen Brown pickup was great. I don't think LeBron makes a difference, to be honest with you. I don't think he's that big a hit for them. I just think the signing is the signing. I'm not overwhelmed. The 76ers seem to find a way to lose. Embiid always seems to find a way to get injured. I don't know what to say about that.
Embiid is now, I read last year, has missed more games than he's played in his career.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly my point. So it's like, when you look at the 76ers, Embiid has got more talent than people can imagine, but he's got to play. If he doesn't play, what good is he?
All right, let's talk about what's going down here in SoCal at Del Mar, the Bing Crosby Stakes, and contested at 6 furlongs on dirt, open to 3-year-olds and up, and it happens to be they're all over 4 with only one horse in the field whose last race was in the state of California. Who are you looking at so far, Carmine?
Well, this is a big race because it's a win and you're in the Breeders' Cup Spring. This race is interesting. I know they're going to bet Cornucopia, and it's Bob Backward's horse. He's won 3 out of 4 this year. They paid $1 million for this horse. But I'm looking at the 2 horse. I think this is the now horse right now. I think he's really getting better. He ran well in the True North. Getting beat by Brooklyn Downer was probably the best sprinter in North America. And the other horse I'm looking at is Stronghold, the 5. Now, Stronghold is more distance. This horse was running in the Derby a couple of years ago. This is a horse that's earned $1,300,000. This is a very well bred horse, and he's really in good shape. So we'll see what happens.
Stronghold, a 5-year-old son of Ghost Zapper. Do you remember Ghost Zapper?
Yeah, one of my favorite horses.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, I remember watching him run in the prep for the Breeders' Cup back in the day with Castellano, winning by a nose at Belmont, and then rolling in the Breeders' Cup. And guess who had him both times? Thank you very much.
Very good. Now, Dr. Venkman. You know, this is 4th in last year's Bing Crosby, only the second start after nearly 8 months off that Mark Glatt has given him. Umberto Rispoli will be back with Dr. Venkman for the first time since finishing 3rd at the Breeders' Cup Sprint. What do you think about Dr. Venkman here?
Well, Dr. Venkman's a horse for the course. He gets Rispoli back. I mean, it's a nice horse, and he's a closer, and he ran his last start. You got to discount it, just a warm-up for this race. This is a race where Glatt preps for the Breeders' Cup. But in this particular case, Mother Nature may be playing against this horse. I think age is going to be the factor. I don't know if he can beat Cornucopian. I don't know if he can beat Listen Up's Hands. I can't pronounce the horse.
No, it is weird. It's Listen Up's Chance. That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I really think the 2 horse is the now horse coming off of his last race. I think this is the horse is really developing. Cornucopian, I'm trying to bet against him. The 3-1 winning line, knowing it's Bob Backward, if this horse goes off 3-1, it'd be shocking. This horse, the only time he was more than even money was 2 starts back, and that was the Churchill Downs Grade 1 race on Derby Day, and he finished 5th. I threw him out that day, if you remember. But in this particular race, he'll be bet heavily. He's Backward Hernandez. JJ loves this horse. But I'm telling you, I smell an upset here. And I think Jaramillo's riding really well. Doug O'Neill's in red hot. I'm looking for him, and I think D'Amato's horse, Stronghold, is dangerous.
I want to ask you about Maximum Bourbon because coming off the last race, this was in April now, but 5 3/4 length win in the St. Matthews at Churchill Downs, and then bought for $400K, joining the D'Amato stable, and Joel Rosario, first time aboard. What do you think about Maximum Bourbon?
Interesting. He's got very good speed. He'll be up near the front end. His last stake race was a moderate stake race, not even graded. He could be coming into his own. And last week, you looked at a horse that won by 12 or 15 lengths going into the Haskell, and I said, I didn't think this was his class, and he ended up winning the race. Napoleon Solo ran second, so I gotta look at this horse. You're picking out these horses that win by big lengths. Maybe you got a point here. This horse likes going 6 furlongs, 4 out of 6 with a second. He has been off since April. He's coming into this race very interesting. Rosario has not been riding very well. That's the only thing about this horse that I look at the other horses, but I would not throw him out. I probably will use him because he's got the tactical speed. He'll be near the front. But I really, I'm thinking the other D'Amato horse, which is Stronghold, is probably more suited for this race.
All right, just a couple questions about the Coaching Club America Oaks. This is also tomorrow up in Saratoga Springs. I see La Rescas has been scratched, but Counting Stars, the 1 horse with Irad, Looks like it's the favorite right now. A little bit of love for Chad Brown's always a runner. Ortiz is there. Brown has another horse with Prot called Directive, not as favored. And then there's also the Pletcher horse, Zany. Those are the ones that are sticking out. What do you think about the American Oaks?
Well, the interesting thing about this race, the horse that's going to have the speed will be Directive. That's what Flavio Prat. And he's coming into this race with a lot of improvement, although this is his first time racing against his type of class. Always a Runner was the shocking winner in the Kentucky Oaks, and won with mastery with Jose Ortiz and the irons. But then he got beat at Saratoga in the Acorn by Counting Stars, and that was an amazing race. And Mark Cassie's having a monster year. He's an absolutely phenomenal trainer. Counting Stars, in my opinion, will probably be around 9-5, and Always a Runner maybe 8-5. But I think Zany, if in the right position in this race, could be the upset special, and here's why. You're getting Velasquez. Velasquez always rides for Fletcher, generally speaking. Irad was on the horse. He's going to the 1 with Mark Cassie because he won that last race, the Acorn. And I'm thinking Zany might be a nice price. I think you're going to get 5-1, especially because the last 2 races he's been disappointing horses, disappointing the bettors. I think he's got a shot here to surprise because he's got more tactical speed. I think Directive will have the lead, and I think Zany will be laying on his hip. And when they turn for home, I think Zany this time will have an edge on Always a Runner and, of course, the 1 horse, which is Counting Stars.
I got one more question for you. Now, help me with this, because some of these questions might sound naive to you. Zany is cross-entered in the Monmouth Oaks tomorrow as well. Does that mean they'll decide that morning which one they want to race in, or are they going to race in both?
No, they're not racing in both. It's later in the day. The thing that's interesting is that the $150,000 race in New Jersey doesn't have the prestige. This is a grade 1. Rapoli is a New Yorker. Rapoli wants to have grade 1 wins. This is Rapoli's ego against everybody else, if you want to know the truth. So I honestly think he'll stay in New York. I don't think, especially now that his horse is the secondary speed and should get a great trip. That's what I think.
There he is, Carmine Marino. Make sure to check him out at Pro Wagering. Hey, my man, have a great weekend. Thanks for your insights.
My pleasure, and talk to you next week.
Good stuff. I'm Rick Tittle. Open lines the rest of the way. Come on back.
Tell me who's watching. Who's watching me? I always feel like somebody's watching me, and I have no privacy. Oh, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Tell me, is it just a dream? Oh, when I come home at night, I go for the door.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new Care Watch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The Care Watch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. The Care Watch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your Care Watch for free. Call us to get your Care Watch right now.
800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. That's 800-853-8931.
I get a lot of calls from people across the country who are suffering from the affliction of IRS tax debt. Hi, I'm the tax doctor. Call me right now. My team specializes in helping people over the age of 50 solve their tax problems. And the bigger your tax problem is, the more money you can save. If you owe the IRS money, or you're about to owe the IRS money, or even if you need to file years of unfiled returns, call us right now. Our friendly, highly trained representatives are waiting right now to take your call. Over the years, we've helped thousands of people just like you stop the tax liens, wage garnishments, and harassing phone calls.
You don't need to send the IRS a big fat check. We can negotiate a lower amount. That's what we guarantee for you. So call us right now.
800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. 800-826-4073. That's 800-826-4073.
To me, it's like a mountain, a vast bowl of pus. 时间不会瞬间改变天空的颜色，别让我在黑夜看不清方向。记忆中的每幅画面浮在诗里的，希望中会布满每一个角落，希望中会布满每一个角落。
Who cares about anything else when you've got Rick Tittle on the radio?
Ah, thanks for that, and welcome back to the show. 1-800-878-PLAY. What's going to happen with Bronny? Are you going to stay up at night worrying about that? By the way, congratulations to Bronny. He got to play in the NBA with his dad. How great is that? Right? Well, I mean, they could bring Bronny to Philadelphia, right? I mean, the Lakers right now have 16 guys on the roster. You can carry up to 20 on the active during the season. You have to have guys that are injured or on rehabs or in the G League or whatever. But what if they kept him? You know, it was this has been 2 years in the making, longer than his time at USC. And you know, the son of arguably the greatest player in history. He played in 27 regular season games the first year and played in 42 games last year. He was with the South Bay Lakers. That's the G League affiliate, obviously. I mean, to his credit, he went out there and went for it. He has shown some signs of development. He shot 38.6% from free. Well, he only took one shot per game. So you would think, well, what is he? Is he a 3-and-D guy? Is he a swing man? I mean, he's obviously never going to start. He averaged 3 points a game, 1 assist per game. He didn't get a lot of time, but his contract is also very minuscule. There's a team option for next year. Do they want to keep him? Remember, they did the Lakers, got Colin Sexton, Quentin Grimes, and then, of course, that Walker Kessler sign and trade. They also signed Zaire Williams to a 1-year deal, and Zaire Williams and Bronny were teammates at Sierra Canyon High School. So, as I said, what if LeBron, I haven't seen the demand, bring him to Philly? And, I mean, when Bronny was in the Summer League with the Lakers in 2024, it's funny, Jaylen Brown appeared to say when he was sitting next with Angel Reese that he didn't think Bronny was a pro player. And so LeBron was then asked about, how are you with Jaylen Brown? And he said, despite what he said, it's been pretty respectful. He said, our relationship Besides the S he said about Bronny in the Summer League, but other than that, we have been all right. So he obviously has forgiven him. And is that S? Well, kind of. I mean, he didn't say it publicly, just it got picked up on. And he didn't say he's a terrible human being. He's a joke. He's only here because of his dad. He just said, I don't think he's a pro player. But as I said, Bronny's contract is a minimum. So, I mean, would anybody want to acquire him in a trade? Guy who averages 2 points a game? No. Anyway, just thinking about Bronny. A very interesting thing in the NCAA today. Duke, Michigan basketball. Woohoo! It's going to be played at Marlins Stadium on December 21st. Wait, what? This was revealed at the end of April. The plan was for the teams to play at Madison Square Garden, and I announced it. Remember? I announced it. I mentioned it. Rick, can you announce it? This is from Amazon Prime. Let's have Tittle announce it. It was part of that 3-game TV deal Duke signed with Amazon. Exclusive. Oh, we're in that area big time now. Oh, yes, people. People, come on, people. I always hate that in those Bourne movies. I want cameras on, people. But there were some complications with the Big Ten's broadcasting deal, specifically that the conference TV partners said that Amazon did not have a right to air that game. Why? Because New York City is Big Ten area. It's in their television footprint. Oof. So then a couple months ago, John Shire, the Duke head coach, Dusty May, at the time Michigan head coach, they said, where can we play? Where can we play? Lone Depot Park. That's what they call the Marlins Stadium now. Because Dusty May said, I know the owner of the Marlins. And so in June, they said this game is going to be played at the baseball stadium, something drastic. And then a couple weeks later, Dusty May went to the Dallas Mavericks. So now he's no longer around, and the game still coming under dispute from Amazon, who's mad about it. Duke and Michigan have decided to walk away from the game due to the ongoing complexities with pulling off the matchup under unique circumstances. So once you get to this part of the year, high major basketball teams, they have their allotment of power conference and non-conference opponents set. Every once in a while, there'll be a few. There's just too many teams not to have a spot open. For example, somebody pointed Illinois is not playing that day, but Illinois and Duke are already playing that year. So Shire went out and looked around, and he found Texas Tech. Now, the Red Raiders and the Blue Devils played last season in MSG. And that was Duke's only loss for their first 22 games. That was a dramatic 82-81 Red Raider victory on December 20th. It was one of the best games of the regular season, and now they're going to run it back again in the same building. Duke will wind up playing its week of Christmas matchup at Madison Square Garden after all. And sources say the contracts are being ironed out, but all parties are on board to make the game happen there in Midtown. So Duke is locked in as a preseason top 5, obviously. Tech is going to be a top 25. And, JT Toppin, hey, I'm coming back. And then that poor guy had ACL injury. So it's still not set in stone. So if Duke, Texas Tech transpires, that means MSG will have a 3-day run of 4 high-profile games in the lead up to Christmas with the possibility that all 8 teams playing at the Garden will be ranked at the time of those games. Because you got Kansas versus Ohio State, North Carolina versus Kentucky, and then the next day, UConn, UVA, and then, I guess, we'll have Duke, Texas Tech to wrap it up. And Duke, Texas Tech will be the second non-conference deal with Amazon because they've already got an Elite Eight rematch against UConn in Las Vegas right around Thanksgiving. They're going to play Gonzaga in Detroit in the football stadium, which, by the way, the Final Four is going to be in Detroit this year, a little appetizer. And then Duke will play Michigan State in Chicago, home versus Illinois, and then face Georgia at the Garden again for the Jimmy V Classic. I mean, I remember in college, if you were at Cal, you just went down to Harmon Gym, and that was it. You know, and then they got to the point where they said, okay, maybe we can play a couple games a year at the Coliseum. And I remember this is probably 92, 93, they played St. Mary's at the Coliseum, and I went, and St. Mary's won, and the Cal was just frowny faced. But it's just, there's too much money to be made. And you just think about, get on a plane, go here, go there. This is 2,000 miles from our campus. It doesn't matter. You can play the other big boy. Get going. How do you have time to go to school? And the answer is, you don't have to. If you're getting NIL money, why would you even go to school? Just self-educate. I only went to college because I just thought, I don't want to get a job where you don't have to go to college. And in my entire career, which I started working in the 80s in broadcasting, no one has ever asked to see my degree. Rick, can you prove you went to college? Because something like this is more of a, it's a meritocracy, but it's almost like a work site. Whereas, you know, can you swing a hammer and build that frame over there? All right, get over there. It doesn't matter if you're a high school dropout or you went to Harvard. I just need that thing built right now. And it's like this. We just need the show to be good. And if it, you know, we don't, if you went to college, good for you. If you didn't, well, who cares? Right? So I'm talking about Duke. Where does that leave Michigan? Because now they don't have an opponent. And so they said they're going to look at the schedule in the days ahead. And they have retained all but one player, except for the ones who went in the draft. One of them is in Golden State now. They signed Mike Boynton to a 2-year deal, and they're full speed ahead. But it's just, I'm not a big college basketball guy, to be honest with you, but it's just yet another sign that the business is not just football. It's a hoop, too. I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back on Sports Byline USA.
It's more than a rebellion. When your teen is slipping into drugs or alcohol, when social media and pornography consume their time and their mind, when depression and even suicidal thoughts cast a shadow over your home, as a parent, you feel powerless. There is hope. At Turnabout Ranch, troubled teens step away from the chaos and into a clarity of nature on a working cattle ranch. Care for horses, learn responsibility, build trust, and rediscover purpose. It isn't theory, it's real work. Real therapy, real healing. Families from across the country have found transformation right here, just when they thought hope was gone. If your teen is struggling with addiction, harmful online behaviors, even weight management, call right now and get the help you all need.
800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. 800-219-2494. That's 800-219-2494.
I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment you should add to your portfolio. The The beauty of silver is that however much you have available to invest, silver is affordable and easy to acquire, with one coin costing around $30. So, if you choose to invest a few thousand in silver, you can get quite a bit for your money, and you'll have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be proud to own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
Lower your car payment today. Lower your car payment today. Yes, you heard us right. You can lower your car payment right now by making this free call and save up to $1,400 a year on your current car payments. Think about your current car payment right now. What's that costing you per year? Now think about what it would be like to put an extra $1,400 back in your pocket. That's the average savings our customers experience. We can help you drive the same car and pay less every month by lowering your car payment's interest rate to as low as 4.67%. At Rate Genius, we can work with you to refinance any car payment. If you qualify, it costs you nothing to find out how you can lower your car payment. To learn more, call this number right now.
800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. 800-832-2816. That's 800-832-2816.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! You take 'em all, man. And put 'em in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll.
Don't ask Rick Tittle to bring it, because it already done got brought.
All right, thank you for that. Welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast and around the world in the American Force. American Forces Radio Network. All right, sorry to fans of Diego Pavia. He got cut yesterday before camp even started by the Baltimore Ravens. And remember, after he was undrafted, he got signed as an undrafted free agent by the Ravens, and he went to a couple of those rookie mini camps, and he was in the mix to be third string. And of course, they have the two-time NFL MVP Lamar Jackson. Tyler Huntley, believe it or not, is a Pro Bowler. So he was in competition with Skylar Thompson, who has started games. He was a 7th-round pick 4 years ago. And they also have another undrafted free agent, Joe Fagnano. I have to pronounce it that way or I might get canceled. It's Fagnano. And I believe that's the correct Italian pronunciation. Fagnano. So they're not even going to carry Thompson or Fagnano anyway. They're just going to keep 2 quarterbacks on that roster. The third quarterback is probably just going to be on the taxi squad, or as we say, a practice squad. And, you know, this is a guy who was the Heisman runner-up in Pavia, and he led the Vandy Commodores, their first 10-win season in the history of the school. He has the single-season record for wins, passing yards, over 3,500, passing touchdowns, 29. He ranked second in college football in total yards per game, over 338. Total touchdowns, 39. That was tied for third. His 119 career total touchdowns and 88 career passing touchdowns is the most in college football for the last 4 years. But 24 years old at 5'10" in his cleats. Look, there's no doubt Anybody who says he sucks is an idiot, talent-wise. Now, is he a moron? I do think he's a moron. But he's a very good football player. That doesn't mean you can play in the NFL. And Doug Flutie was about the same size. So you can't say it's not possible. That's why the Ravens brought him in, because they knew it was possible. But a lot of people thought he's not worth the time because he was such a distraction. And he posted that expletive-filled image about Heisman voters, F all the voters, F Fernando Mendoza. And then he apologized. He came in wearing the ridiculous outfits, like turtlenecks under 70 sport coats with shades and huge chains. Now, everybody else had a chance to sign him, and no one wanted him. Are people going to maybe give him a chance outside of Canada? Because you just figure CFL, unless they don't want him. The New York Jets have one of the worst quarterback rooms I've ever seen. I mean, ever. Geno Smith, 36 years old, terrible, terrible. He led the NFL in interceptions and sacks in the same season. Now, sacks isn't his fault. It's 99% his line's fault. I'm sure there was one sack where he went the wrong way and it was his fault, but the rest are the line. But they did spend a fourth-round pick on Cade Klubnik out of Clemson, and they still have Brady Cook and Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi was pretty good for a couple games with New England. Do you really want a quarterback named Bailey? Just kidding. I just wanted to see if Bailey was paying attention. Bailey's, by the way, my grandfather was named Bailey. So that's a cool name. So I throw that in. But, I mean, the Jets this is a mulligan year for them. You know, do you want to give Pavia a chance to see if he can hang at NFL level? But that's the thing. It's just, he's such an, you don't want to judge him on how he turned out at the Heisman and after, but what are you supposed to do? Remember, he was lobbying to get another year in college, too. He said his junior college shouldn't count, which was a military academy in New Mexico. And I had that tight end of his who went drafted way higher, who followed him from New Mexico to Nashville. But it's just, if you, Doug Flutie, okay? Doug Flutie was a model citizen. And teams are like, it's not worth it. Until he had to go to Canada to prove he could be. And the Bears were like, yeah, no thanks. And they gave him number 2. I remember that Monday Night Football game. We all wanted to see how Doug Flutie looked pathetic. He looked scared. He was throwing the ball anywhere. Looked like he didn't want to be there. And then when he came back, how many times did he save games for the Chargers and the Bills and the Patriots? Flutie was the man. You know, not all pro, but I can tell you as a Raider fan, he bugged me with San Diego because he was getting things done. Now, if you're thinking about Canada, Winnipeg has Pavia's rights because they drafted him. That's right. They drafted him. And so they have his rights in that league. And I'm sorry, I was looking at, I was looking at the quarterbacks in that league. I think Pavia can play in that league. I didn't see anything where I was like, whoa. And then you get the BS United Football League. And those are guys who don't make practice squad. And they're all good players. It's just a lousy league. It's like saying MLS has good soccer players, but in comparison, it sucks. Does anybody care? I mean, at least you're playing, right? I saw somebody who said, well, since his Instagram following is over 100,000, he could do a podcast. Oh, yeah, that's what he wants to do at 24. They go, well, he's friends with Theo Vaughn. Okay, Theo Vaughn has one of the top 10 podcasts. What you think Theo Vaughn wants a sidekick? No. Just because he's friends with him doesn't mean he wants a sidekick. Or a sidekick. Now, staying with the NFL for a second, you might remember when George Kittle during the World Cup tweeted out that after all these NFL stadiums put in real grass for soccer, he said 90% of the NFL wants to play on grass, and league owners could do it if they really gave a S. So, Mark Davis, boo, boo, when he moved the team from Oakland, he saw only one option for the playing surface at the Vegas Stadium with the roof, natural grass. And Mark Davis is actually the innovator, the hero now, right? He showed that it is possible to not only grow and maintain a league-approved grass field in the desert, but it can be done for an indoor stadium. And the Cardinals have had a similar setup for 20 years with their retractable matchbook field. The tray, as they call it, it comes in and out. Davis said, there was no way I was going to build a stadium or anything else to play on artificial turf. I just always felt that the safety issue, number one, and I grew up around football and the grass and the mud and the smell of those uniforms after the game, that you knew a football game was played. So it was very important to me that we had grass. And the executive director of NFL Play, J.C. Treader, he wrote his first argument for grass fields 6 years ago, and he was talking about injury data from the 10 years prior. And he said it was a 28% higher rate of non-contact lower extremity energies compared to grass. 32% on the knee, 69% more on foot and ankles. And players also said that turf places more force on the legs. So in other words, it's like running on cement. You're going to have more stress. So the NFL officially, it's kind of like the tobacco company saying, what? It's not bad. The NFL has always said that there's really not a big difference. And they said, look last year. Last year, the injury rate was identical. It was identical. And Nick Pappas, the field director of the NFL, he went on Dan Patrick. And he said, when we look across injury data, we no longer see this as an issue. In the past, those concerns that turf was driving up the injury rate, when we look at the injury rate and the severity of injury, and by that I mean the amount of ACLs, the amount of extended time loss injuries, those real burdensome injuries, when we look at that, it's a split, grass versus turf. It becomes just the injury rate of playing football at this point. Really? Well, the union got out data and said that's absolutely not true. So look, the league's position is clear. They don't want grass. It's too expensive to maintain. And then they host so many non-football events. None of those events went on during the World Cup. FIFA wouldn't allow it. So instead of swapping out the 15 remaining fields that have turf, and by the way, when the Buffalo one opens, the big one, that'll be natural grass. They would just keep pushing for more innovative turf. Papa said, from a surface hardness perspective, they're all within the same compliance. Now what we're chasing is how do we get that amount of energy lost to the surface or amount of energy gained back to the surface to feel more like grass. That's the main target now, unless for some reason we can determine that there is an injury correlation to it. But that's what we hear the players say. They want it to feel more like grass. So that's what we're chasing now. By the way, it's not like baseball. Their CBA goes until 2030, so they're going to be fine with that. But I can tell you, because I played on turf, and back then in the 80s, a lot of them didn't even have a pad. It was just like green outdoor carpeting on cement. The thing I hated most about turf was that on a hot day, you would feel it come up through your cleats. and all you do in football is stand around forever. It was so hot. That's what I hated about it. But I mean, in high school and in college, we practiced on dirt. So it was almost like we were practicing on cement anyway. On that happy note, let's go to a quick break and we will come on back on Sports Byline USA.
Right now, you can switch from cable television to satellite television for free. That's right, we're offering free equipment, free installation, plus get a free $100 prepaid Visa card. Call the Satellite TV hotline right now. Make the switch from cable to satellite television and expand your viewing horizon. On top of free installation, for a limited time, we're offering a fixed price guarantee. With satellite TV, you'll save money over your expensive cable bill. Plus, get access to hundreds of channels. And when you call right now, you can also ask about our seniors and military discounts. So make the switch to satellite TV right now. Everybody gets free installation, free equipment, plus a $100 prepaid Visa card. Call right now and you can switch to satellite TV and be watching everything you wanted to within the next week. And remember, installation's free, so call right now. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. 800-696-2871. That's 800-696-2871.
Let's be honest. Most businesses don't struggle because demand is low. They struggle because their back end can't handle growth. Leads come in, but follow-up is slow. Calls get missed. Appointments don't get confirmed. And everything lives in different places. So even when marketing works, revenue doesn't scale. That's a systems problem. Create Assistance fixes this by building a done-for-you CRM and automation system that captures every lead, follows up automatically, confirms appointments, and keeps everything organized in one place. And only after that foundation is built, AI voice and chat employees get added on. If your business feels chaotic behind the scenes, it's time to fix the back end. Visit createassistance.ai and book your call today. Or you can call or text 515-500-2224. Again, that's 515-500-2224. We look forward to hearing from you.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. 800-364-2984. That's 800-364-2984.
Look at me. Look at me. Don't look at anybody else. Don't look at the fat-ass losers or freaks. You look at me!
Rick Tittle will fight anyone listening to this.
All right. I'll send you into the weekend with this. Javier Bardem, you know him. He can be a very scary actor. He can also be a romantic lead. But anyway, he was at all the Spain matches. He was there at the World Cup final, and then he went down on the field afterwards. And he's a big celebrity, and he was there at Penelope Cruz, and they were dancing and everything. Well, Bardem today on Instagram, he said, due to what's going on, I want to share this video to clarify what I said and what I never said and would never say. I never said Argentina was xenophobic or racist. That never came out of my mind and will never come out of my mouth because I have nothing but love, respect, thankfulness, and admiration for Argentina in all realms, whether it's cultural, cinematographical, how about that, or actorally. By the way, Argentina does make some good movies. See Ricardo Darín in Strange Tales. That's great. Anyway, Bardem says, to me, it's important to clarify all the things I never said and will never say due to the respect and love I have towards the Argentinian people. So, after the match, apparently he said that Argentina didn't belong, and then there's video that sparked all this outrage and talking about being emotional terrorists, and that was just, I don't know what the story was. But Javier Bardem has now gone out of his way to say, I didn't say any of that. I think you guys are